So one of the last topics we need to cover before we are finished with this section is about observations. Just take out your notepad, please. Oh, all right. So observations. Observations is information we gather, data we collect, using our senses or maybe using a tool to gather some information. When we talk about observations, we can split them into two categories. Quantitative observations and qualitative. You guys heard those terms before? No. No? All right. Quantitative observations. What word does that look like? Quantitative. Really? Faith?
Quantity.
Quantity. What is a quantity? A certain number of something. Quantitative observations are observations that are numerical. They have a number with them. They're made using a tool, oftentimes. So if I say there are 15 people in this room, that is a quantitative observation. It's got a number with it. If I say Mr. Arcuri weighs 120 kilograms, that is a quantitative observation. It can be made using a tool. Qualitative observations, that word looks like what? Qualitative. Quality. These are observations that don't have a number with them. They're sort of a description of what you observe. Say, Mr. Ross is wearing a purple shirt. That is a qualitative observation. Say the lightning was bright. Qualitative observation. I say Mr. Arcuri is a large man. Okay, that's the qualitative observation. But then we also have something that we call inferences. You guys learned about inferences before?
Yeah.
Okay. What is an inference? How is it different from an observation? Eddie?
Inference is like an opinion.
Not quite an opinion. Go ahead, you finish up.
Or like you don't like exactly like know it. It's like you don't know if it's a fact.
Exactly. So it's not something you directly observe, but sort of a conclusion or an assumption you make based on your observations or based on known facts. If you come out of the movie theater after seeing The Visit or some other movie, and you see that the ground is wet, that's an observation. What might you infer from that observation? Bailey? That it rained. Now, do you know that it rained? No. You didn't actually observe it. They could have just cleaned the parking lot. There could have been a fire somewhere, and they used the hoses, and now there's water in the parking lot. It could have snowed and then melted. We don't know for sure because we didn't observe it. Now, I could make the observation, Mr. Arcuri has a lot of gray hair. That's not a, what kind of observation is that?
True.
It is a true, what type of observation? No, what type of observation? So saying Mr. Arcuri has gray hair, it's a qualitative observation. What about if I say only 75% of Mr. Arcuri's head is covered in hair? What kind of observation would that be, Bailey? That'd be quantitative. What if I say Mr. Arcuri is an old man?
True.
What would that include? Lily?
An inference?
That's an inference. Unless I'm looking at his birth certificate, I really don't know that for sure, but judging upon appearances, that might be an inference. Okay, let's look at another situation. So you walk into the gym on Friday morning. The bleachers are cluttered with paper cups and food wrappers. The scoreboard is still lit up. It reads Spartans 56, visitor 43. So, are these things observations or inferences? There was a basketball game last night. Olivia, is that an observation or an inference? An inference. You didn't see it. You weren't there. The scoreboard is lit up. What would you say, Avril?
Oh, observation.
Yeah, you can see that. It's an observation. You're directly observing it. There were many people there.
Inference.
Nick?
Oh.
Observation or inference?
Inference?
Yeah, you didn't see them there, but because of the wrappers and stuff, you might make that inference. There are paper cups in the bleachers on you.
Observation.
That's an observation. Good. All right. Take a minute. There's a little picture here, beautiful drawing, and make a few observations from that drawing, and then make an inference based on that observation. So make an observation here about this picture, and then make an inference about your observation. If you don't have all of them, just get a couple for now. All right, let's go over a couple. Nick, give me an observation.
The house?
Yeah, there's a house. You can observe that. It's in the picture. What might you infer from that then, Nick?
There's people inside?
That there's people in there. Now, can we observe them?
No.
No. But we know that people generally live in houses, so that's a good inference based on Nick's observation. Give me another observation. Faith?
There's smoke, so
There's smoke. That's an observation. We see it. What's your inference?
that there could be a fire burning.
Maybe they're having a fire. Lily, observation?
The sun is going down behind the hill.
Okay. Inference? Give me one more, Eddie.
The garage, maybe?
There is a garage, okay? What's an
Car.
inference?
A car, maybe.
Maybe there's a car in there.
Vehicle.
We don't see it, but that's a good inference based on the fact there's a garage. Good. Okay, so observation versus inference. Any questions?
Nope.
All right. Let's stop here for today. We have other examples that we'll get to at another time, but that's all I wanted to get through today.